Good morning, YouTube. It's time to do the chick log. I'm feeding the chicks some food. Oh no! Big chicken! Big chicken!
All right, you know what to do.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Okay, Malcolm, she got down.
Good.
What we're trying to do is let Malcolm do the chores this morning because he says he doesn't get enough video time. It's a little more complicated because he's a little shorter than I am. The chickens will get the same amount of food no matter what happens. Malcolm, you have to be brave. They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, but they're going to pack my way.
They want the food that you have. You want me to get it?
But the chickens are only wet.
Here's a trick. Here's a trick. Pour a little food on the ground. There, stop, stop, stop! Stop! Now walk around to the tray. Because they only cared that you had the food. Attaboy. Nice scooching, nice scooching. And now do your best to pour it in the tray.
It's so heavy.
Yep, put your hand on the bottom. One hand on the bottom, one hand on the top, like the water pitcher. There you go. Okay, don't pour it all in one place, Malcolm. There's a lot of chickens. You got to pour it in the whole row. And that is how a 5-year-old feeds the chickens. Malcolm crushing chickens. All right, you did a good job. Nobody died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can just throw that out. Huh.
There we go. It's not going to fall. We're going to fall.
Okay, so what do you think of the chickens?
They're cute.
You want to check their water while you're in there, or you want to climb out to do their water?
I'm going to check the water in there. They're all full.
It's full? Good.
We should move them. There's a little bit of grass left.
Yep, we'll have to move them this afternoon. Remember, Malcolm, they think you have food. So the longer you stay, the better chance they're going to come peck you again. Are you ready to get out yet?
Chicks fly up.
Malcolm.
I love chicks who are going to step on me.
Will the chickens survive the center feeding by the 5-year-old? Of course they will. He did a great job, and I think it's very important for kids to have involvement in the chores, even if they're just visiting from the parents' house.
Yep.
Malcolm, how did you enjoy doing the chick log this morning?
It was fun.
All right.
They kept just staring at me like, what did you do?
Say goodbye to your YouTube audience.
Bye, YouTube audience.
Time for the afternoon chick log. Sidekick stood me up. Other than the huge mud hole here, I left the water on for a hose that was up there for, I don't know, like 6 hours yesterday, and then another 6 today, and the mud's gotten all the way down to there. Now it's not bad, and the chicks actually like it. What I'm concerned about is that the chicks' floor is wet, so we're going to check that. But the tragedy that I was going to tell you about is I can now see the bottom of the feed bucket, which means I have to load feed from inside there to in here. So I'm going to set up the camera and time lapse me bringing it in with 5-gallon buckets. You can see the chicks here all piled up at the edge. They know that I'm bringing them food. When Malcolm fed them this morning, piling it all up like that, I don't know, made them extra starvy. Plus I'm about 2.5 hours late, so it's 5:30. Usually I come out here between 3 and 4. I'm gonna go get the food. I'm gonna feed them, and then I'm gonna go get the food. The reason I'm feeding them first is it'll get rid of the rest of that food in the barrel to the point where I don't care. This also lets me check that wet. It's about half wet in here. The chickens shouldn't get wet, but it's so hot that I'm concerned about them. So I think the cold, wet ground is good. But if the temperature was raining or inclement or whatever, I'd give them roost. I checked their water. It's great. They hit that so hard it actually pulled it down on my finger. They were hungry. I looked at the poop load in there. It's too much, so I'm actually going to drag them up here right onto the camera practically. I believe that sound is pig for me too, where's my food? But, you know, what do I know? I'm still working on talking to chickens. The cool thing about this setup with the water in the corner and the feeder hanging is I can just move them. That's better. They're off their old turf. They're out of the water now. Lots of concerns taken care of with one move. Excuse me, young lady. Excuse me. I'm actually glad my sidekick stood me up. He would be underfoot a little bit, walking back and forth. I'm going to fill up 4 of these. Already did 2. Yep, even nipple waters can be feed buckets. Well, oh no, it's confusing me. That's not a water bucket. I'm sorry. All right. I don't think it'll hold 6. It looked like it would, but it won't. This makes this very convenient now. The flock is on a eat when they feel like it feeder. It's a 5-gallon bucket with 2 3-inch 90-degree elbows in it with a cutout in the back. It's inside of their chickshaw so that the rodents don't get at it. The pigs eat the same food, but they get a measured amount. The person who sold them to me hasn't told me when I could give them free choice food. And then of course the chicks get a measured amount. So tomorrow they get new food. Now, the reason you don't want to give chicks whole grain food or even cracked grain food like this is because they don't have any grit in their system. But now the chicks have been out here long enough that they've scratched around in the dirt and got some rocks up inside of their digestive system, in their craw, so they'll be able to handle it no problem. Anyway, a little bit manual today, but have a great day. See you tomorrow.